But when the sister, the alleged sister of the governor is a security attaché, it raises eyes. Let us do to others that which we expect to do, because the one you are forging to be the next governor, first impeachment will be him for having recruited his own brother to be his driver. Third, the question about China. This was a private donor. You've not been shown, Mr. Speaker, sir, any government expenditure or requisition for that. Fifth, Mr. Speaker, sir, no document of government has been presented before this assembly where the governor has signed. Not even one where her signature is appended. Fifth, you have been told that all these people, the technical team that left, were cleared by government. For record purposes, no public servant will leave this country without approval, whether you are going for a personal matter or you are going for a public matter, without approval for your leaving. So that is the position. The approval was not for money purposes. Approvals was under the law, and I've seen
Council, even the members here, when they are going on their personal issues, they are not cleared by the devolution, Ministry of Devolution. They just notify the Speaker that they are out of the country. Those ones who are, if you are cleared by the Ministry of Devolution, it simply means you don't get a pandiem. And what pandiem means, it means for those days that you have gone out, you will be paid every day. It's called either pandiem or night out. But if it's a personal trip, you are not cleared by the Ministry of Devolution. That's the case.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In light with those directions, none of the per diems payments receipts have been presented to you. They intend to present them to you after the impeachment motion has been concluded. They could have presented that as evidence. The Assembly has prepared for the whole 1 year for this impeachment. They could, they failed. Mr. Speaker, sir, on the question about the relatives and the nepotism, still there is no document to show marriage. A marriage certificate is a very simple document for government to get. It's not presented. A birth certificate showing sisterhood or brotherhood or IDs that are identical. None of those documents, which are critical, have been presented to you. Otherwise, relying on social media, the standard is different. On the question of the title, bishop, which has a connection to the Okolea, the issue of cows that the Ministry of Interior banned. It has again come here. That is a function funded by the church. No document showing expenses incurred to buy cattle has been presented. Mr. Speaker, the threshold of evidentiary threshold does not come lower. We cannot just say these cows are being bought by government funds. Mr. Speaker, sir, the public participation that the members have raised was done in 9 9 sub-counties out of the lawfully registered 15 sub-counties. Explanation is missing. Why was that? Was it tilted and to achieve a certain achievement? The road. It is very motive about the road. A social media post, if ever it was there, is the basis of impeaching a governor. A social media post. Very many of these waheshimiwas, some of the people have created pseudo accounts, Facebook and other social media posts, purporting them to be that. I've been in one case where the voice of the then head of state, President Uhuru Kenyatta, somebody pretended to be one. So, we urge the Speaker and we urge the leadership to ignore evidence that is going to be relied based on social media posts. You know, Mr. Speaker, sir, the traffic marshal question is so emotive. No letter of appointment signed by the governor is here. Nowhere can you link the governor to that imaginary issue. It is a social media issue. Government talk by document, and that is why it is called a bureaucracy. So that the county assembly of 2023, the records will be kept under statute for a particular year, for a particular time of years. So let us not rely on social media to vilify the governor. On the question of fuel, they are junior officers mandated to do that, not the governor to do that. The question that she has failed to fire the county secretary. There are matters in court. Under which provision of the law will she fire an officer who is in court? My good sister, the member of, I don't know, the MCA who raised the question that the county assembly has powers similar to the High Court. I didn't hear her say that the county assembly has powers to issue warrants of arrest and to fine. Last week, when I was before the Senate, the government chief pathologist failed to come. He was fined 500,000 shillings. That is not there under the Act. So, is it really that the county assembly has similar powers to the powers of the High Court in terms of someone?
Council, you have 5 minutes remaining.
In sum total, only Mr. Speaker had 2 minutes to finalize this thing, that already a decision has been made. This was a procedure provided for, because a decision has been made outside this office, outside the plenary. It will go in history. It will go in on the hazard that decisions were done outside, they have only come to be implemented. Allow Mutuma, because he might decide to contest, he comes from here, he might decide to be an MCA next time, so that people can see his voice. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you, Council Dunstan. Mutuma, you have only 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I will discharge my mandate within the 3 minutes. One is that I wish to respond to the issue of the Njeri function. It has been stated that that was a traditional prayer session. I have no problem whatsoever with traditional prayers. What I have a problem with is that prayer also being converted into a curse for someone who does not abide by the outcome. People who attended that meeting, Mr. Speaker, sir, were given a caution that if you do not agree with the decision of the Njorincheke, step back, lest you bring curse upon your family and your children. The person conducting the function went ahead to say that if you do not adhere to the resolutions, you are also an outcast from the Meru community. I do not see that as a prayer session. It is an oathing ceremony by whatever any other name. On to the China trip, Mr. Speaker, sir, I wish to refer to the letter dated 5th June 2023 that talks about facilitation to travel to China, County Government of Meru. A question was asked why Her Excellency the Governor did not travel to China. When you look at that letter, it lists down the people who are to accompany the governor and their designations. So are they a technical team? The first person who is cited therein is the governor, who is the invitee. The second person is Dr. George Mungania, who is the CCM Health. I believe that this is a person that this committee, rather this house, approved to be appointed in that position. Who else was better qualified than the person in charge of health to accompany the governor in this noble cause? We have Miriam K. Guantai. Look at the designation. She's the PA to the governor. There isn't any function where the governor goes without a PA. The PA is the order of a diary. The PA is the person who schedules meetings for the governor. The PA is the person who takes note for the governor. It was only fair that the PA to the governor is accompanying the governor during this session. The third person is Nefat Kenywa.
Council
Yes.
Mutuma, your time is up. How many minutes do you want me to earn for you?
5 minutes.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
Then
Thank you.
continue.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your indulgence. The fourth person is Nefat Kenywa Meme. Now, it has been said that Nefat Kenywa Meme is a relative to the governor. We've not been given any evidence, not shared of evidence, how Nefat Kenywa Meme is related to the governor or any other person close to the governor. A mere allegation does not amount to a confirmation of an offense. Who is this person? Nefat Kenywa Meme. The designation in that letter again, and this is a letter that was written by the, it was from the office of the Deputy President, State Devolution, and the designation of Nefat Kenywa Meme is the Director, External Linkages. This is a strategic person who must always accompany the governor whenever she is going for foreign trips, because their very designation, their very mandate is to link the governor with external affairs. So then what was wrong? I'm also reliably informed that Nefat Kenywa Meme is also a medic. Lastly, we have Murangeri Kenneth. This is the person who is the security to the governor. Again, every trip by the governor, their security detail must be present. So then what was wrong with these people accompanying
Council
the governor?
Mutuma,
Yes.
please don't mislead the house. I have a PA and an aunt. If I'm been invited to South Africa and don't attend, shouldn't they attend? Now that the governor did not attend, then what are you telling the house that the governor did not attend? Actually, they broke the law.
Very well, Mr. Speaker, sir. My understanding, and this should be taken as the governor's word, is that in every foreign trip, there must be an advance team that goes to, number one, book the lodging facilities for the governor, assess the security, and organize the governor's well-being during that trip. It is on that basis, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Yes, Council, please continue. Members, let's give Honorable Council Mutuma time to finish up.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for your protection. It is on this basis that this advance team was sent to China to welcome the governor. Unfortunately, the governor had to cancel the trip because of other commitments, and by the time this was happening, this team was already in China. Now, and to my last limp of summations is that you have a right to impeach. You have a right to impeach under the Constitution. You have the right to impeach under the County Government Act. You have the right to impeach under your own standing orders. What we have an issue with is the grounds of impeachment. As the motion as placed before you, as debated, met the threshold. The answer is in the negative. Some of the allegations that have been leveled against the governor are issues and actions that were done by third parties. There is no evidence that the governor gave any of those people instructions to breach the law. What you should have gone for are the people who breached the law. If you had an issue with any official of the county government, summon that person. If that person fails to appear, or they appear and you form the opinion that indeed they breached the law, recommend their removal. If then the governor fails to heed to your advice or opinion, then take an action against the governor. I have not seen anywhere where the House Committee on any particular issue has made a recommendation to the governor to take action and the governor has failed to take that action. That is the issue that saved Wambora during the impeachment process, because the issues that the governor was being accused of were issues done by other parties. And you cannot transport criminal liability from one person to the other unless you have evidence that this person gave strict and express instructions for breaching the law. Lastly, are all offenses impeachable? Even if you are to find the governor having breached any laws, and we're not saying she has, is that breach gross? Is that violation gross? Is it something that is so glaring that the only remedy is to impeach the governor? Is there any other form of punishment that can be meted apart from impeachment? My simple argument and submission is not all offenses are impeachable. The mover of the motion needs to convince you that indeed what the governor is alleged to have done is so gross in the eyes of the public, in the eyes of the House, in the eyes of every other person, that indeed there is no other remedy rather than to impeach. I submit that that threshold has not been met, and the governor should not be impeached on mere allegations that have not been substantiated. I rest my case. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Council Mutuma. Mwenda, you okay? Okay, thank you. Honourable members, I now call upon the mover of the motion, Honourable Evans Mawira Karia, to make his reply for a period not exceeding, they have given them 25 minutes, and I also give you 25 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for granting me this opportunity. And Honorable Speaker, before I make my final remarks, I really want to thank honorable members for vindicating me from the accusation of one Council Mutuma that members have not interrogated the contents of the motion. But Honorable Speaker, from the debate that has arose from this House, even councils for the governor have been convinced that members took time went through the motion, interrogated every accusation in that motion. And Honorable Speaker, that is why they have been able to make very informed and articulate debate that has come on the floor of this House, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I'll start my rebuttal by going to what Council for Governor Omari has said that we have been influenced by outside forces to bring this motion. Honorable Speaker, in the contents of our motion, I have started from, I think on page 2 or 3, I've indicated that I started collecting evidence after public outburst and outcry against what has been happening in Meru County. Therefore, at the moment that I started collecting my evidence and the allegations that I'll charge the governor with, I approached honorable members of this assembly because standing order number 65 gives the procedure of introducing the motion for removal of a governor from that position. Therefore, I am to seek signatures for me to be able to approach the office of the clerk and indicate that I want to bring a motion for the removal of a governor. And since that time, we have been coalescing. I've been seeking for support from these members. Because, Honorable Speaker, Councillor Mutuma is saying that the impeachment process is quasi judicial. And I want to say it is not only quasi judicial, but it also quasi political. That is why we had to coalesce and come together as members who are like-minded, members who bought into my evidence and facts, and that's how that motion found its way to the floor of this Honorable House that we are debating today, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, councils have tried to allude that honorable members were taken under oath by Ncheke. Honorable Speaker, I want to bring to the attention of the honorable members and also the councils for the governor that I'm a member of Ncheke, Honorable Speaker. And Article 11 of our Constitution, Article 11 of our Constitution talks about culture. And Honorable Speaker, Ncheke is a cultural association which has a definite or a definition of its members. And Honorable Speaker, from the beginning they should have known that Ncheke is a men's only association. Honorable Speaker, there is nowhere that you can be taken under oath or you can be conducted to take oath if you are not a member of that association or subscribe to their ideologies. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, on that material day that they are talking about, it was a function, a state function. In fact, it was led by the CS for Environment, one Honorable Soipan Tuya. We are also in the company of one Honorable Medikal Inturi, who is the CS for Agriculture. And the function that was being held at the Ncheke shrines was to plant trees. Therefore, that is why they allowed even non-members in that shrine. But Honorable Speaker, you'd wonder, because there is no time that women have been members of Ncheke, how the Ncheke Association could take women and hold Honorable Speaker because they are not their members. That has been an handoff, Honorable Speaker. But nevertheless, I've said that the Constitution, it says in Article 11, this Constitution recognizes culture as the foundation of the nation and as the cumulative civilization of Kenyan people and nation. It continues and says that state shall promote all forms of national and cultural expression through literature, the arts, traditional celebrations, like we did there at the Ncheke Shrine, science, communication information, mass media, publications, libraries, and other cultural heritage. That's why even if you go in the National Museum of Kenya, you find information there about Ncheke, Honorable Speaker. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, that claim is unfounded, and it can't hold in water even in a court of law, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, they have talked that, they have indicated that the Deputy Governor took oath of office on that day. But Honorable Speaker, that is ridiculous from land and councils. Because we all understand how a Deputy Governor comes into office. That is once the Governor vacates the office. And right now, Honorable Speaker, during this debate, there is no way I've had any member attribute to the assumption of to office of the Deputy Governor. So it is their own creation in their mind, and I'm happy because it shows that they are sure our grounds and our accounts will hold water even in the Senate and courts of law, and Governor Kawira Mwangaza will be impeached, and one Mutuma Ntwedhinkia will ascend into office. Because I wonder why they would say that one Deputy Governor was oathed into office, Honorable Speaker. Therefore, they even talked of treason, Honorable Speaker, and I wanted to find out where, because treason is maybe where one betrays the country, and in this case we are speaking about our county, where one Ntwedhinkia committed treason by either betraying or killing or anything so that they can assume office. Honorable Speaker, that is truly unfounded and also unsubstantiated, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, one Council Dunstan has indicated that they are here under instructions of their client, one Honorable Kawira Mwangaza, and because he talked of relatives, and I'm sure, Honorable Speaker, he must be knowing very well his client. I want to ask if one Honorable Kawira Mwangaza is married to his brother Morega Baichu, because he indicated that we are all brothers. Therefore, maybe at a later day they will substantiate and tell us if it is the case. But Honorable Speaker, I want to avert that the councils are here only to earn legal fees. There's nothing more. There's nothing more that because they have not purged those into the claims, they have used a lot of English and
into a majority. I believe also if you are a lawyer, you won't be the same. So respect that profession. And indeed, I appreciate that the council, Dunstan normally has really appreciated you. There are so many lawyers in this room, and he has invited you to join the profession. So don't poke holes in the profession, because 2027 may find you being a lawyer.
I'm not attacking the profession, Honorable Speaker. I really like lawyers and advocates. I'm saying for this instance, what has happened, because I expected them to purge those into my claims and allegations, but they have taken us round and round, and unsubstantiated claims that they have, Honorable Speaker. I want to note, Honorable Speaker, because it has been also mentioned that the PA to the DG, to the Deputy Governor, and the Deputy Governor are relatives. That is not true, Honorable Speaker. The personal assistant to the Governor, to the Deputy Governor, sorry, and the personal driver to the Deputy Governor are not related at all, unless we use Dunstan Omari's definition of relatives. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, this China trip has brought a lot of heat from their side. And Honorable Speaker, as I was sitting here, I was asking myself, because there is nowhere in my motion I've indicated that the county lost resources or funds through this trip, Honorable Speaker. My charge is nepotism. And if at all we use Dunstan Omari's definition of relatives, I would wonder, why didn't the governor move along the streets of Meru town and just pick anyone else and not her brother and her sister to take them as under the definition of the technical team for a trip to China? Furthermore, they are saying it was a private trip, Honorable Speaker. I was wondering, where is the family of maybe the relatives of the governor setting up a medical cancer center in this county, Honorable Speaker? And in the letter from the Beijing Tech Limited Company, says in reference, let me get it, Honorable Speaker, rings we are delighted to invite you and your distinguished members to visit us in China for you to witness and benchmark our state-of-art linear accelerator machines designed and manufactured in China in reference to our planned cancer treatment center in Meru, Kenya. Meaning there was prior discussions on our speaker between the company and the governor of Meru, not anybody else, not the private governor Kawira Mwangaza. It's in reference to our planned cancer treatment center in Meru, Kenya. That alone, governor, on our speaker, ties the governor, the official governor, to this trip to China, which means, Honorable Speaker, that the governor favored our relatives to go to China in where they sacrificed maybe people who have medical knowledge. And Honorable Speaker, like I said earlier, this is highly regrettable because Meru is a high incidence cancer county. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, these are already proved, and I'm sure even the councils will advise the governor maybe otherwise, because this one, if we take it to the Senate, I'm sure it will hold ground, and Honorable Speaker, Governor Kawira Mwangaza's impeachment will go through. Honorable Speaker, maybe as I wind up, the Okolea activity, Honorable Speaker, Council Mutuma said, Council Dunstan has said it's a church event. We have no problem with that, Honorable Speaker. But in my motion, I am noting that they were warned in the Senate that they shouldn't conflict private charity and government official operations, Honorable Speaker. That is why in my evidence, I've given and I've shown how government vehicles were used in Okolea function. I've also indicated how county government employees were involved in running Okolea activities. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, we are losing county resources. There is embezzlement of county funds because these are employees paid by public money. These are vehicles purchased and fueled by taxpayers' money. And they are being used in the Okolea activity, which is dubbed a private church event, Honorable Speaker. If it was a church event, what were government vehicles doing there? What were government employees doing there? Because they have been charged in the Maua law courts that they were available, they were there during the fracas that came out, or the fracas that arose from that function, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, today, in the era that we are living, we can't wish away social media, Honorable Speaker. It's true, some, like they indicated, some people have created parody accounts and others. But the information that we have sourced for, Honorable Speaker, is from one's Honorable Kawira Mwangaza Facebook page that is even verified, that has been used to pass even official government information. Therefore, we can't just take it lightly that the governor communicates through a Facebook page that have named this road after my husband, Murega Baichu, and the same thing, at the same time, even Murega Baichu's page, for official Facebook page, responds and says that I have accepted that the road should be named after me, and if I get money, I'll tarmac that road. Honorable Speaker, we can't just wish away that post, because we have seen that we get information from other leaders' official Facebook page. Even the president of this country runs an official Facebook page that is verified. State House runs an official Facebook page that is verified. And we all go there to seek official information of what is transpiring in the government, Honorable Speaker. Therefore, to tell us it was a social media post is unfounded, Honorable Speaker, and that count should hold. Honorable Speaker, also I've heard them indicate that traffic marshals is also a creation of social media, but we played a video here showing the governor herself launching and commissioning the traffic marshals. And she even gave them roles, Honorable Speaker. Of course, we agree it is a noble task, like Dunstan noted. But even if it is a noble task, Honorable Speaker, you don't break the law because these people are being paid using taxpayers' money. Therefore, the allegation that is, or the counterclaim that it is only a social media issue is unfounded, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, in my motion, there is no way I have addressed firing of the county secretary like one Council Mutembei indicated. And Honorable Speaker,
Honorable Rindo Majority, you have 10 minutes. Please.
I'm winding up, Honorable Speaker. Council Dunstan talked of a punishment that the Assembly should give to anyone who breaks the law. And he indicated that maybe while he was in the Senate, someone was fined to a tune of 500,000 because they didn't attend committee summons. And Honorable Speaker, I want to tell him it is the prerogative of the Assembly to determine the punishment that they are going to vet out, to give out to the one who breaks the law. And this Assembly has decided, as a result of one Honorable Kawira Mwangaza failing to honor the County Assembly summons, as a result because she is the one who has shown the other officers an example. We have an invited CCM financier, she didn't come. Chief of Staff, she didn't come. County Secretary, she didn't come. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, so that we can teach these people a lesson that the Assembly has got powers to summon anyone, to give evidence, to give information that they have pertaining matters to do with the county, then this Assembly has decided to vet out or to give out the highest form of punishment to the highest office holder in the county, who is Governor Kawira Mwangaza, through impeachment. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, they have also talked about the public participation. And Honorable Speaker, I want to say there is no stipulated threshold of public participation. It only needs to be meaningful so that we can say we held a public participation, Honorable Speaker. Either held at the village level, either held at the county level, either held at the ward level. It only needs to be meaningful, Honorable Speaker. And this is not the first public participation that we are holding, Honorable Speaker. We have seen even the executive arm of the government itself holding public participation for budget. We have seen them hold public participation for CIDP. We have seen them hold so many public participation. We have also seen from the National Assembly, Honorable Speaker, unless they tell us that even the National Assembly, whenever they want to conduct public participation, they must visit every constituency. That has not ever happened. They just appoint where members of the public should congregate and give their opinions, and that is the same thing that the Assembly did. And in fact, we tried our best to take it to the lowest level where all members of the public in that constituency can get to that place and give their opinion, Honorable Speaker. Furthermore, we gave out a notice of 7 days. After I gave the notice of motion here, it was advertised in all media, in print media, in radios, that members are allowed to submit written memoranda to the Assembly through an email or through the office of the clerk, and that was done, Honorable Speaker. So I would want to say that the public participation that we held was sufficient. The report has been tabled here, and we'll attach the report to to this motion as it proceeds to Senate, so that even the councils for the governor can be able to interrogate it and see that the majority of Meru County residents saying that Governor Kawira Mwangaza should be impeached. Honorable Speaker, in those few remarks, as my colleague is saying, I want to say that, Honorable Speaker, we must undertake this impeachment of the governor with the liturgical preference and utmost urgency, because as the legitimate representatives of the people, we will achieve a great patriotic feat by returning Meru to normalcy and the path of rationality and authentic leadership, Honorable Speaker. With those few remarks, I end my contribution.
Thank you, Honorable Leader of Majority. And before we continue, Honorable members, please allow me to recognize the following councils who are with us and who have been with us the whole day: Karen, Kamende, Ashavamak, Baptista Wirigi, Marias Maranya, Kiagora Mugambi, and of course, Wenda Kenywa, Elias Mutuma, and our big Brother Council Dunstan Omari, and I want to believe that you not sleep before we conclude the issue that is with us. Honourable members, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order number 54-2, I now pose the question, which is: 1. Whereas Articles 10 and 73 of the Constitution, Section 3 and 16 of the Leadership and Integrity Act 2012, the Leadership and Integrity Act, Sections 9, 10, and 12 of the Public Officers Ethics Act 2003, the Public Officer Ethics Act established, among others, the rule of law, democracy, human dignity, courtesy, respect, inclusiveness, equality, human rights, integrity, professionalism, non-discrimination, protection of the marginalized, good governance, transparency, and accountability as part of the national values and principles of governance. 2. Articles 10, 73, and 75 of the Constitution require state officers at all times, whether in the public or private life, to behave in a manner that, among other things, 1, brings honor to the nation and dignity to the office that a state officer owns. 2, ensures decisions are not influenced by nepotism, favoritism, or other improper motives. 3, demonstrates discipline and commitment in service to the people. And 4, avoids demeaning the office that a state officer owns. 3, Article 10, 232, 235, and 236 of the Constitution and Section 59, 59A, 60, 62, 63, 64, and 65 of the County Government Act 2012, the County Government Act provides for the values and principles of public service and establish an elaborate regulatory framework for the establishment of county public offices and the recruitment and employment, deployment, transfer, and dismissal of county public officers. 4. Article 181 of the Constitution, Section 33 of the County Government Act, and the Standing Order number 65 of the Standing Orders of the County Assembly provide for the impeachment of county governors for 1, gross violation of the Constitution, 2, gross violation of any other law, and 3, abuse of office, and 4, gross misconduct. 5, the governor has, despite a previous impeachment process and warnings from the Senate, persisted in discreditable acts, the discreditable acts that singly and collectively amount to 1, gross violation of the Constitution, 2, gross violation of various national and county laws, 3, gross abuse of office, and 4, gross misconduct. 6, the indiscreditable acts have exposed the office of the governor, the office of the deputy governor, the assembly and its leadership, and the people of Meru County, the county, to national shame, scandal, embarrassment, ridicule, and disgrace. 7, the indiscreditable acts have created a toxic environment in which the governor cannot be legitimately expected or relied upon to work harmoniously with the deputy governor, county government staff, MCAs, and other elected leaders. 8, the governors continue to stay in office as persistently undermine effective and efficient service delivery and gravely hurt the interests of the people of the county. 9, the Assembly resolves to impeach the governor under Article 181 of the Constitution, Section 33 of the County Government Act, and the Standing Orders 65 of the Standing Orders of the Assembly on the following grounds. Count 1, misappropriation and misuse of county resources. 10, the governors has grossly violated, among others, Articles 10, 73, 201, 226, 226.5, 227, and 232 of the Constitution, Section 8, 12, 13, 1, 16, 17, and 35 of the Leadership and Integrity Act 2012. The Integrity Act, Sections 55 and 66 of the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act 2015. The Procurement Act and Section 45(2) and 46 of the Anti-Corruption and Economic Crimes Act. The Anti-Corruption Act by engagement, connivance, or complicity in the following. A, the embezzlement of county funds through the governor's sisters, Rose Kinyagwantai, and Miriam Gwantai, brother Ken Gwantai, Murangeri, brother-in-law Nefat Kenywa, and the nephew to the governor's husband, Edwin Mutuma Murangeri, all of whom are from now on correctly referred to as the governor's relatives. B, the withdrawal of county funds under the guise of payments for various supplies by the governor relatives, yet they, i.e. the governor's relatives, are ineligible to tender for supplying goods or services to the county government. C, paying full salary and benefits for more than a year to Dr. Ntoiti, CEO of County Revenue Board, Paul Mwaki, CEO of Liquor Board, Kenneth Kimathi Mbaye, CEO of the Meru Microfinance, and Joseph Kithure Mberia, CEO Mcas, well knowing that those officers were not rendering any services to the county, and D, the diversion and misuse of county resources, including funds and motor vehicles, to run the governor's private charity DAP of Korea, despite our previous promise to the Senate in previous impeachment proceedings to refrain from conflating official county operations and Korea operations. 11, evidence of the governor's engagement, connivance, stroke complicity in the proceeding and gross violations of the Constitution and the law. 2, gross misconduct, and 3, gross abuse of office to be found in A, accomplished by Duranera Saresh Mutuma to the Ethics and Corruption Commission, the EACC, dated 11 August 2023, and the attachment to it, a copy of which is produced on pages 1 to 29 of the exhibit. B, a letter by the clerk of the Assembly dated 9 October 2023, requesting a certified copy of our Meru County infamous records, a copy of which produced on page 30 of the exhibit. C, a letter by the CCM for Finance dated 11 October 2023, declining to furnish a certified copy of Meru County infamous records on frivolous grounds, thus inviting an adverse inference against the governor in relation to the complaints raised by Mutuma Saresho Duranera, a copy of which is produced on pages 31 to 32 of the exhibits. D, payslips on Dr. John Toiti, Joseph Kithure Mberia, and Kenneth Kimathi Mbaye, copies of which are produced on pages 33 to 41 of the exhibits. And E, the Maua Chief Magistrate Court miscellaneous criminal application number E085 of 2023, a copy of which is produced on pages 42 to 47 of the exhibits. F, charge sheets against Taresh Monene Kanga, Araya Samaritan, and Isaiah Ntoribi Keyoki, employees of the county government, relating to the violence that erupted at the governors of Korea Rari at Makiri, copies of which are produced on pages 48 to 49 of the exhibits. G, payslips for Saresh Monene Kanga, Araya Samaritan, and Isaiah Ntoribi Keyoki, confirming their status as employees of the county, copies of which are produced on pages 50 to 51 of the exhibit. And H, a video recording of the violence that erupted at the Korea Rally held at Makiri on 16 September 2023, which is saved in the flash disk presented here with, and the transcript of which is produced on pages 52 to 53 of the exhibits. County 2, nepotism and related unethical practices. 12, the governor has grossly violated, among others, 1, Article 10, 232, 235, and 236 of the Constitution, 2, Section 12, 17, and 24 of the Public Officer Ethics Act 2003, 2, Section 13.1, B, F, 16 and 24 of the Leadership and Integrity Act 2012, and 4, Section 55, 59, 59A, 60, 62, 63, 64, and 65 of the County Government Act 2012. The County Government Act, by engagement, connivance or complicity in the following: A, fraudulently misrepresenting the governor's relatives as a technical team for purposes of travel to China to inspect and certify cancer treatment equipment, while knowing that the governor's relatives are not medical professionals. B, employing Edwin Mutuma Murangiri, who is a nephew to the governor's husband, as the CEO of Meru Youth Service MYS and acting chief officer of the Department of Finance. C, the designation of Nefat Kenywa, who is the governor's brother-in-law, as the director of external linkages without transparent and competitive recruitment. And D, assigning diplomatic duties, namely engagement with foreign diplomats and dignitaries to our unqualified sisters, i.e. Miriam Gwantai, PA, and Rose Gwantai, the bodyguard. 13, evidence of the governor's engagement, connivance, and also complicity in the proceeding. 1, gross violation of the Constitution and the law. 2, gross misconduct. And 3, gross abuse of office is to be found in A, a letter by the EACC to the governor dated 19th October 2022 relating to nepotism, cronyism, and other unethical acts, a copy of which is produced on page 54 to 56 of the exhibit. B, the governor's response to the letter alluded to in the sub-paragraph A above, confirming the employment status of the governor's close relative, a copy of which is produced on pages 57 to 59 of the exhibit. C, letters in English and Chinese by Beijing League Tech Company, Limited, dated 25 April 2023, inviting the governor to China to benchmark cancer treatment equipment for installation at a cancer treatment center in Meru, copies of which are produced on pages 60 to 67 of the exhibit. D, a letter from the county government to the State Department for Devolution dated 26 March 2023, a copy of which is produced on pages 68 to 75 of the exhibit. He, an internal memo by Kusa Asel to the Principal Secretary, State Department for Devolution dated 5th June 2023, a copy of which is produced on pages 76 to 85 of the exhibit. F, a letter from the State Department for Devolution to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs dated 5th June 2023, a copy of which is produced on pages 86 of the exhibit. G, videos of the governor's relatives trip to China, which are produced in the first disc presented herewith. H, a letter dated 6th June 2023 describing Nefat Kenywa as the director of external leakages, a copy of which is produced on page 87 of the exhibit. I, a short list and interview schedule for various posts in the office of the governor, dated 6 September 2023, a copy of which is produced on pages 88 to 91 of the exhibit. J, an internal memo dated 29 August 2023, appointing Edwin Mutuma Murangiri, the CEO of Meru Youth Service, as the acting chief officer for finance, a copy of which is produced on pages 92 to 93 of the exhibit. And K, screen grabs of the governor's official Facebook page on 23rd May 2023, copies of which are produced on pages 94 to 100 of the exhibits. Count 3, bullying, verification, and demeaning other leaders. 14, the governor has grossly violated, among others, Articles 1, Articles 10, 19, 2, 28, 73, 75, and 179 of the Constitution. 2, Sections 9B, 19, and 24 of the Public Officer Ethics Act. 3, Section 29 and 34 of the Leadership and Integrity Act, and 4, Section 32 and 3C and D of the County Government Act by engagement, connivance, and or through complicity in, among others, the following. A, exclusion of the deputy governor from county executive committee meetings and other official functions. B, bullying, undermining, and posting, insulting, and demeaning messages about the deputy governor in our subgroup styled That Government 012, whose membership includes several officers who are subordinate to the deputy governor. C, encouraging and condoning insubordination and the making of insulting and demeaning public utterances by subordinate staff against the deputy governor and other elected leaders. D, bullying, undermining, and posting insulting and demeaning messages about the deputy governor in our subgroup styled county admin services, whose membership includes several officers who are subordinate to the deputy governor. E, encouraging and condoning the removal of the deputy governor by junior officers from official county WhatsApp communication forums. F, arbitrary suspension, dismissal, withdrawal and frustration of the staff of the Office of the Deputy Governor. G, illegally, irregularly, and fraudulently holding the Deputy Governor staff out of office by purporting to accept their non-existent resignations. H, arbitrary reduction, suspension and withdrawal of budgetary facilitation for legitimate operations of the Office of the Deputy Governor. I, threatening to inflict bodily harm against the Deputy Governor orally and in WhatsApp chats. J, forceful breaking, entry, and ransacking of the Deputy Governor's office. K, changing the locks to the Deputy Governor's office. I, arbitrary location of the Deputy Governor's office. M, arbitrary withdrawal of the security from the Deputy Governor's residences. And N, persistently making demeaning public utterances against other elected leaders, despite the same issue featuring prominently in the previous impeachment proceedings. O, making insightful, insulting, and demeaning remarks against other leaders by falsely accusing them of cartelism at a presidential Thanksgiving service held in Lare, despite this issue arising in previous impeachment proceedings. And P, encouraging, conveying, and condoning a husband's insulting and demeaning public utterances and musical performances against other elected leaders, despite this issue featuring in previous impeachment proceedings. 15, evidence of the governor's engagement, connivance, and complicity in the proceeding. 1, gross violations of the Constitution and the law. 2, gross misconduct. And 3, gross abuse of office to be found in A, the answer of the meeting of the Sector Committee on Justice, Legal Affairs, and Cohesion held on 29 September 2023, a copy of which is produced on pages 101 to 124 of the exhibits. B, screen grabs from the WhatsApp groups styled 3 Government 012 and counter admin services, copies of which are produced on pages 125 to 194 of the exhibits. C, correspondence relating to the appointment of Patrick Nkonga as the personal assistant to the Deputy Governor, a copy of which is produced on pages 195 to 198 of the exhibits. D, a letter by the Governor's Chief of Staff dated 22 May 2023, purporting to accept an non-existent resignation of Patrick Nkonga, a copy of which is produced on pages 199 of the exhibit. The purported resignation of Patrick Nkonga on 18 May 2023 is a publication of the Governor's Chief of Staff. E, a claim by Patrick Nkonga for withheld salary dated 25 August 2023, a copy of which is produced on pages 200 to 201 of the exhibit. F, the appointment letter for Kambudo Pogi Kamati as the chief driver to the Deputy Governor dated 30 August 2022, a copy of which is produced on pages 202 to 203 of the exhibit. G, a letter by the Governor's Chief of Staff dated 19 May 2023, purporting to accept an non-existent resignation from Kambudo Pogi Kamati, a copy of which is produced on page 204 of the exhibit. H, a demand letter by Kambudo Pogi Kamati advocates for withheld salary dated 13 June 2023, a copy of which is produced on pages 205 to 211 of the exhibits. I, a letter by the Deputy Governor's personal assistant, the Chief Officer of Public Administration, dated 14 July 2023, a copy of which is produced on page 212 of the exhibits. J, correspondence dated 11 August 2023 to 11 September 2023 relating to repairs, services, and fuel for the Deputy Governors, official motor vehicles, copies of which are produced on pages 213 to 219 of the exhibit. K, an internal memo by the Deputy Governor personal assistant to the Chief Officer in Finance dated 20 August 2023, requesting facilitation to attend a Meru leaders meeting at the Nakuru State Launch, a copy of which is produced on pages 220 to 225 of the exhibit. I, an internal memo by the Deputy Governor to the County Secretary relating to CEC's meetings dated 23 August 2023, a copy of which is produced on pages 226 of the exhibit. M, correspondence between the Governor, Chief of Staff, the Deputy Governor, and the County Secretary dated 30th August 2023 to 12 September 2023 relating to the relocation of the Deputy Governor's office, copies of which are produced on pages 227 to 29 of the exhibit. N, a letter by the Deputy Governor to the Speaker of the Meru County Assembly relating to office facilitation dated 30th August 2023, a copy of which is produced on pages 230 of the exhibit. O, a letter by the Deputy Governor to the Speaker of the Meru County Assembly relating to exclusion from CEC meetings dated 30th August 2023, a copy of which is produced on page 231 of the exhibit. P, a letter by the Deputy Governor, the Secretary of the County Public Service Board relating to the staffing of the Deputy Governor's office dated 30th August 2023, a copy of which is produced on page 232 of the exhibit. Q, a letter by the Deputy Governor to the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya relating to reconciliation dated 1st September 2023, a copy of which is produced on page 233 of the exhibit. HAL, a letter by the Deputy Governor to the Clerk of the Senate relating to an invitation to CEC meetings and office facilitation dated 1st September 2023, a copy of which is produced on page 234 of the exhibit. S, a letter by the Deputy Governor to the Chairperson of the Council of Governors and the Chairperson of the Deputy Governor's Caucus relating to reconciliation dated 1st September 2023, a copy of which is produced on page 235 of the exhibit. T, an internal memo by the Deputy Governor to the County Secretary dated 11 September 2023, a copy of which is produced on page 236 of the exhibit. U, receipts evidencing the Deputy Governor's expense on official motor vehicles after denial of facilitation, copies of which are produced on pages 237 to 42 of the exhibit. V, correspondence relating to invitation of the CCM for finance to appear before the Assembly to shed light on complaints by the Deputy Governor, a copy of which is produced on page 243 to 248 of the exhibit. W, police OB numbers relating to breaking into the Deputy Governor's office and forgery for his driver's resignation letter, copies of which are produced on page 249 of the exhibit. And Hex, a video recording of the governors accusing other leaders of cartelism at a presidential Thanksgiving service held in Rare, which is saved in the flash disk presented here with, and a transcript of which is produced on page 250 of the exhibits. Y, video recording of an insulting, demeaning, and insightful musical performance by the governor and husband at Kiotene, which is saved in the flash disk presented here with, and the transcript of which is produced on pages 251 to 252 of the exhibits. Z, video recording of the governor, chief of staff making highly vulgar, insulting, demeaning, and insightful remarks against the deputy governor of Ita TV owned by the governor through relatives and proxies, which is saved in the flash disk presented here with, and the transcript of which is produced on page 447 of the exhibit. And lastly, video recording of the governor dishing MCAs and other elected leaders at a public rally and boasting of how she easily won previous impeachment proceedings, a copy of which is saved in the flash disk presented here with. Count 4, illegal appointment and usurpation of statutory powers. 16, the governor has grossly violated, among others, 1 Articles 10, 41, 201, 235, and 236 of the Constitution. 2, Section 17 of the Public Officer Ethics Act. 3, Section 45, 55, 59, 59A, 60, 62, 63, 64, and 65 of the County Government Act. 4, Section 4, the Public Appointment County Assemblies Approval Act 2017. 5, Section 34(3) of the Public Service Commission Act 2017. 6, Section 9(2) of the Meru County Revenue Board Act 2014. 7, Section 4(2) of the Meru County Aquatic Disease Control Board. 8, Section 2 Section 11.2 of the Meru County Microfinance Corporation Act, and 9, Section 8.2 of the Meru County Water Services and Sanitation Act 2014 by engagement and connivance or complicity in, among others, the following: A, appointing Kenneth Mwangaza as a chief officer without county assembly approval. And B, sending to it CEO of the County Revenue Board, former CEO of the Recon Board, Kenneth Mbaye, Managing Director of the Meru Microfinance Corporation, and Joseph Kidure, various CEO Mcas, on indefinite compulsory leave with full salary and the benefit in the reception of the powers of the appointment authorities under the relevant Meru County laws. C, deploying the other persons in breach of a court order to perform the functions of the persons alluded to in subgroup C above. D, appointing and qualified persons Edwin Mutuma Murangeri, Kennedy Mwetiriongo, and Gitobu Kanata as acting chief officers without the requisite competitive recruitment and recommendation of the County Public Service Board. E, disregarding the criteria for the establishment of offices within the county public service by recruiting traffic marshals without the involvement of the County Public Service Board. F, usurping the powers of the County Public Service Board by creating offices of the traffic marshals, which is the sole preserve of the County Public Service Board. G, employing unbroadened workforce, more than 100 personal staff in the office of the governor. H, irregularly designating and paying various cleaners as senior support staff, while having 16 support staff. I, appointing the foreign persons to hold county offices in an acting capacity for more than 6 months. 1, Monica Kawira, Chief Officer Youth. 2, Kome Muduri, Director Health Services. 3, Francis Mwangaza, CEO, County Revenue Board. And 4, Cyrus Babu Muguna, CEO, Recon Board. 17, evidence of the governor's engagement, connivance, and complicity in the preceding: 1, gross violations of the Constitution and the law; 2, gross misconduct; and 3, gross abuse of office is to be found in A, documents relating to the staffing needs of the office of governor, adverts and shortlisting of chief officers, copies of which are produced on pages 253 to 294 of the exhibits. B, an internal memo by the County Secretary dated 23rd August 2023, a copy of which is produced on pages 295 to 296 of the exhibits. C, summons issued by the Assembly Sector Committee on Labor, Public Service and Social Welfare on 26 September 2023, copies of which are produced on pages 297 to 310 of the exhibits. D, response by the County Secretary communicating the decision of the Governor, the Chief of Staff, County Secretary, CCM Finance, and the Fleet Manager not to appear before the Sector Committee of the Assembly, thus inviting an adverse interference against the Governor, a copy of which is produced on pages 311 to 312 of the exhibit. E, the answer of the meeting of the Sector Committee on Labor, Public Service and Social Welfare held on 5th October 2023, a copy of which is produced on pages 313 to 323 of the exhibits. F, the County Public Service Human Resources Manual 2013 and the Public Service Commission Human Rights. I will repeat F, the County Public Service Human Resources Manual 2013 and the Public Service Commission Human Resources Manual 2016, the relevant extract of which are produced on pages 324 to 334 of the exhibits. And G, internal memo dated 22nd December 2022 by the County Public Service Board to chief officers through the County Secretary, advising on transfers, appointment, and establishment of offices within the County Public Service, a copy of which is produced on pages 335 of the exhibit. H, letters sending various officers on compulsory leave, copies of which are produced on pages 336 to 342 of the exhibit. I, circular guidelines from the Intergovernmental Relations Technical Committee, Transition Authority, and the Salaries and Remuneration Commission on the staffing of the Office of the Governor, copies of which are produced on pages 343 to 353 of the exhibit. J, correspondence relating to the broadened workforce in the Governor's office, copies of which are produced on pages 354 to 362 of the exhibit. K, payslips relating to some of the broadened workforce in the office of the Governor, copies which are produced on pages 363 to 382 of the exhibit. L, correspondences between the Assembly and the County Public Service Board on the appointment of chief officers and the employment of various staff within the office of the Governor, copies of which are produced on pages 383 to 408 of the exhibit. M, screen grabs from the Governor's official Facebook page relating to the appointment of traffic marshals, copies of which are produced on pages 409 to 412 of the exhibit. And N, a video recording of the Governor flagging up traffic marshals saved in the flash disk presented herewith, and a transcript of which is produced on pages 413 to 414 of the exhibit. Count 5, contempt of court. The Governor has grossly violated, among others, 1, Article 10 and 73 of the Constitution, 2, Section 7 of the Leadership and Integrity Act by engagement, and 3, Section 10 of the Public Officer Ethics Act, and by connivance through complicity in contumacious, stubborn refusal to obey law of court orders, evidence of the Governor's engagement. Connivance through complicity in this gross violation of the Constitution and the law. Gross misconduct and gross abuse of office is to be found in A, a video recording saved in the flash disk presented herewith, and a transcript of which is produced on page 415 of the exhibit. B, an order issued by the Employment and Labor Relations Court on 7 October 2023, a copy of which is produced on pages 416 to 417 of the exhibit. C, a ruling delivered by the Employment and Labor Relations Court at Meru on 29 September 2023, finding the Governor and other persons guilty of contempt, a copy of which is produced on pages 418 to 439 of the exhibit. And D, an order extracted from the ruling, alluded to in the preceding subparagraph, a copy of which is produced on pages 440 to 441 of the exhibit. County 6, illegally naming a public road against County 6, illegally naming a public road after husband. 19, the Governor has grossly violated, among others, Articles 10 and 73 of the Constitution, 2, Section 7 and 11(1)(c) of the Meru County Owners and Awards Act 2018 by naming a public road after husband without following the applicable statutory procedures. 20, evidence of the Governor's engagement, connivance, and complicity in the foresaid gross violation of the Constitution and the law, gross misconduct, and 3, gross abuse of office is to be found in A, a screen grab from the Governor's official Facebook page, a copy of which is produced on page 442 of the exhibit, and B, a screen grab from the Governor's husband official Facebook page, a copy of which is produced on page 443 of the exhibit. Count 7, a contempt of the Assembly. 21. The Governor has grossly violated, among others, Articles 10, 174(1), 185(3), and 195 of the Constitution, Section 39 of the County Government Act 2012, and 3, Section 18, 22, and 27 of the County Assembly's Powers and Privileges Act 2017 by engagement, connivance, through complicity in the following. A, refusing to honor off summons to appear before the Assembly's Sectoral Committee on Justice, Legal Affairs, and Cohesion to answer questions on the matters raised in the preceding part of this impeachment motion. B, directing our chief of staff and accomplice and Dake in Morpheans to write a contemptuous letter to the Assembly in response to rough summons to appear before the Assembly Sectoral Committee on Justice, Legal Affairs, and Cohesion. And C, in the refusal by the CCM Finance and Council Secretary to furnish document to the Assembly on the frivolous grounds that, one, an incoherent process was underway, and two, the matters raised by the Assembly were subjudice, the latter frivolous ground being also litigious and contravened when viewed against the fact that the governor has already been convicted of contempt of court. 22, evidence of the governor's engagement, connivance, so complicity in the aforesaid gross violation of the Constitution and the law is to be found in a letter by the governor's chief of staff dated 11 October 2023, a copy of which is produced on pages 444 to 445 of the exhibits. Honourable members, this being a question that has ratio of a vote by 2/3 of the members, that is 69 honourable members of this House, voting will be done through a roll call voting, which honourable members will be called in alphabetic order, and when the so-called a member will declare from where he or she sits that either I vote yes, I vote aye, or I vote nay, or I abstain. Honourable members, I'll repeat this one, either I vote aye, or I vote nay, or I abstain. I now therefore call upon the sergeant at arms to ring the division bell for a period not exceeding 10 minutes. Honourable members, please note there is nobody who is going to be around to move out when the bell is being rung. Please remain seated. Yes, the two whips, that is Honourable G. Mochoi and the MK, are the only ones who have the privilege to move out and whip the members. The other members will remain seated. Order, members, please resume your seats. Order, members. Honor members, we will now commence the voting. Please, clerk, take the vote. And as we vote, honor members, if you are supporting, you can say yes. If you are not supporting, you can say no, or you can abstain. So you can vote yes, you can vote no, you can abstain, whichever one that you like. Yes, clerk.
Honorable Agnes Karemi Gwantai.
I vote yes.
Honorable Ali Mwenda Murongi.
On behalf of residents of Jawand and myself, I vote yes.
Honorable Aurelio Murangeri Kiramana.
I, Aurelio Murangeri Kiramana, vote yes.
Honorable Benson Mwenda Kirenya.
I, Honorable Kirinya Mwenda, and for the interest of the great youth of Meru, I vote yes.
Honorable Caleb Muteja Kibuko.
I vote yes.
Honorable Catherine Kamadhi Jeremiah.
I vote yes.
Honorable Daniel Mokoronia Mekwa.
I vote yes.
Honorable Dennis Kiogora DMK.
I vote yes.
Honorable Doris Gaki Nkonge.
I vote yes.
Honorable Douglas Mutea.
For the interest of Meru people, I vote yes.
Honorable Duncan Kangwana Mireti.
To save the Meru people, and do vote yes.
Honorable Edith Makena Mugaine. Honorable Elijah Peter Kemadi.
I vote yes.
Honorable Evans Mawera Karia.
I vote yes.
Honorable Faith Kananu Kome. Honorable Felix Kidenji Mirigi.
I vote yes.
Honorable Frederick Mburugo Kuchiana.
I, Frederick Burugo, for the interest of the great people of Antamboi, I vote yes.
Honorable Frederick Mubichi Krema.
I vote yes.
Honorable Frinda Naito Getobu. Honorable Gacheri Mudoni Muthuri.
I vote yes.
Honorable Godwin Mutembei Mbioki.
For the interest of this great county, I vote yes.
Honorable Grace Kambura Thuranera.
For the interest and to avoid the same in Meru, I vote yes.
Honorable Henry Thuranera.
Okay. For the interest of the people who are Mwadi Ward and the greater people of Meru, and to do away with the same in Meru County, I vote yes.
Honorable Irene McKenna.
I vote yes.
Honorable Jacob Mwirigi Muthuri.
I vote yes.
Honorable James Mugambi Mungathia.
I vote yes.
Honorable Jane Rose Ngutamate.
I vote yes.
Honorable Jennifer McKenna Morogocho.
I vote yes.
Honorable Jim Muchoi Domiano. Dionisio, sorry.
In solidarity with cancer victims in this county and on behalf of great people of Wadwana, I vote yes.
Honorable John Kithenji Edaiba.
I vote yes.
Honorable John Moguna Thuranera. Honorable Joseph Mauren Konya.
For the interest of people of Antubetwe and Meru at large, I vote yes.
Honorable Joseph Mwenda Ithiri.
For the interest of Meru people, I vote yes.
Honorable Joseph Njoke Mugambi.
I vote yes.
Honorable Josephat Bario Ntomoithia.
I vote yes.
Honorable Josephat Mugambi.
I vote yes.
Honorable Julius Kawira Ambao.
I vote yes.
Honorable Julius Mereti.
For the good of the people of Mekidori and Meru County, I vote yes.
Honorable Kawira Dorsen.
I vote big yes.
Honorable Karemi Kilengo.
I, Karemi Kilingo, I do vote yes.
Honorable Ken Mugambi Naibae Igweta.
Napiga ndio.
Honorable Ken.
Please, Ken Ibae, it is a yes, no, or abstain. Please.
I vote yes.
Okay, Honorable Kenneth Mainge Mutweri. Honorable Kiungan Joshua Methiaru. Honorable Lucy McKenna Jason.
I vote yes.
Honorable Martin Kimathi Muriungi.
On behalf of the more people where governor comes from, I vote yes.
Honorable Martin Kome Itonga.
Oh, yes.
Honorable Morris Tarangwe Itumito.
Modest Ntarangwe and Akirangondo people, we vote yes.
Honorable Nere Mokami. Honorable Nicholas Kenya Josephat. Honorable Patrick Kadorima Tururu.
For people of Ntima West, I vote yes.
Honorable Patrick Muthuri Morethi.
I vote yes.
Honorable Patrick Motuma.
I vote yes.
Honorable Patrick Mwirigi Murioki.
For the sake of the great people of Tunene Ward, I vote yes.
Honorable Paul Damiano Muchoi.
I vote yes.
Honorable Ruby Tonya Nazareth.
I vote yes.
Honorable Ruth Kananu Rimungi. Honorable Salome Kirito Mutua.
For purpose of good leadership and good governance, I vote yes.
Honorable Sarah Gaki Kaberia.
I vote yes.
Honorable Secondina Kanini Bundi.
I vote yes.
Honorable Silas Mithika Ntomucheke.
Oh, I vote yes.
Honorable Simon Kiambi Ngaroni. Honorable Sophia Kajuju Meme.
I vote yes.
Honorable Stephen Gakure Nchebere.
I vote a big yes.
Honorable Stephen Kaiden Bijewe.
Okay, I'm Stephen Bijiwe Kairi, and I've earned the voice of the people of Kangeta, and I vote yes.
Honorable Harun Gwantai Duranera.
Through the powers vested in me by the people of Abogeta East, I vote yes.
Honorable Timothy Mutwiri Joshua.
I vote yes.
Honorable Titus Muredi Mutira.
On behalf of my own conscience and the people whom I represent, I vote yes.
Honorable Zipora Gaki Manyara.
Vote yes.
And Honorable Zipora Kenya.
For the sake of good governance in Meru County, I vote yes.
Honourable members, from our records, every member present has voted, but however, I still avail the opportunity for any member present who has not been called or who has not voted. Please, there is one. Please, Aratas. Honourable members, it now appears to me that all members who are present and who wish to vote have done so. Therefore, I now direct that the clerk reads out the result of the vote. Clerk.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Now, in the House, we have 59 members, and 59 have voted aye, nay, 0, and abstentions 0. So all the members have voted aye. 59.
Honourable members, it's now my pleasure to announce, and this juncture, Honorable members, the ayes have it, and the motion is passed. And the governor stands impeached by the county as the honorable members, and the governor stands impeached by the county assembly of Meru. Thank you. Clerk, can we take the next order?
Order number 9, adjournment.
Honorable members, the House stand adjourned up to Tuesday, 31st October 2023 at 10 a.m. I thank you all.
Eje ni Wero TV.